On this episode of The Auto Archaeologist, we're going to be looking at more cars in my friend's farm field, including a bunch of E-bodies this time around, and maybe one or two 66 Chargers. But a little bit of grass, a little bit of ticks, so hopefully I make it out of here alive. Now, I have done previous videos on some of these cars in the past. I haven't been here in a few years, so just thought I'd go through. Like here's a 72 Barracuda with a tree growing through it. Very nice tree. We got a 70 here. Oh, it looks like my friends got their truck unstuck. We've got a few Challengers and Cudas. And I'll try to make my way that way, but the brambles and everything are terrible. Just terrible. Oh, it sounds like it. Here they come. So just giving you the basic overview. We got Cudas. We got Challengers. There is a few 70s in there. You can see back there is one. Oh, someone's texting me. And I'll try to get around. Unfortunately, the rains have made some pretty good washouts. You can see there. So getting around is a little bit harder than it used to be. And you can see they only mow the main center of the yard, not around the cars. So the best time to do this is in like the spring, winter, or early spring, winter, and late fall. That's a 70 Challenger. Those are all Cudas and Challengers, except for that 166 Charger over there. Got a Cuda or Challenger with a tree going through it here. And they never got the bulldozer working again. But move on to the next section. All right, I'm just going to go through real quick because I really don't feel like going through tall grass right now with all the ticks. But like that's a Roadrunner. Right back there's a GTX. Got a few more cars over here. Coronet 68. 69 Coronet. I think that was an RT. I'll have to go back and watch my previous video on all this. You can see a 68 Satellite right there. 68 Coronet. And we got, what else we got over here? Huh. Okay, we got, looks like some Chargers. Yep. Okay. And some Super Bs. 69 Super B right there, or Coronet RT. Roadrunner 68. Coronet 500 or RT right there. 4-door. 2-door, 2-door. But wow. That's really cool. A little bit better view. I think it actually might just be a regular 69 Coronet with like a 69 RT or Super B Ram Charger hood. 66 Coronet. Here's that 68. And it looks like it was a 500. Or no, it is an RT. You can see the holes in the tail panel where the RT badges used to be. Not the 500. And then we got some 4-door parts cars. Another convertible. What else we got? 69 Coronet 500 convertible. And a 69, oh, big hole. 69 Coronet. Don't know if it's a Super B or just a plain Jane car. Doesn't have any striping. Has a standard hood. So I'm guessing it is a standard car. These early drone shots from 2023 really give you an idea of the organizational structure of the yard that my friend has. It started out with a good idea. You can't see it here, but on the left side, it was a row after row of E-bodies. But the area that I filmed here in this video was unchanged. The plan was to take these and move them across to the left side of the field, because they had dropped gravel. You can start seeing some of the e-bodies in the left-hand corner. So that is the plan and was the plan. Unfortunately, life gets in the way, and he hasn't been able to finish the job. That's why the big old tractor is still sitting there, um, not able to clear the brush like they were hoping. This was a farm field before he had to move the yard. He had a farm area or a yard next to his house, but the neighbors complained, and he was made to move all of these cars from that property to this one pretty quick. I mean, he had some time, but that's why it is kind of organized. You can see where the B bodies are, and they're mostly grouped together. The A bodies, where like the SSA Dart was, those are together. The E bodies, they are for the most part together, but not as well as they could be. So now that the owner has fixed his tow truck to some extent, he was able to pull the SSA Dart out, which you could see in a previous video. What I'm hoping is he gets the brush hog out and starts clearing around these cars. He did have a mower, one of those sit-on, like, not a turtle, but like a zero turning radius one, that they did some quick work just to get the SSA Dart out, and they cut down the middle, as you saw in the video. But these cars really need to, first of all, get the brush cleared, and second of all, get them moved and better organized. I wish I lived there. That sounds like a fun project. Throw on some headphones and just listen to some podcasts and, move rare Mopars around. That would be right up my alley. But things are changing. Not in this section, but you can see in the back left, he did have one car. Actually, he sold two cars. He had a Gremlin that my friend Seth bought, and the pink Roadrunner that he sold, which I didn't know that. And there's another car that will be in probably next week's video that it has been in previous videos. It's the orange 70 Super B. And we were able to, after I posted that car online, contact two previous owners. Well, contact one, and he contacted a previous owner. So we'll actually have back in the day pictures of that tilt front end 70 Super B in a future video. You can actually see it way out there on the right hand side. That will be in next week's video. I wish that the weather was this nice when I was here in June. This was shot in, I believe it was January of 2023. So it was a little chilly, but all the grass was, dead for the most part. And you'll see, as you've seen in the previous video and in some of the pictures coming up, it's a world different. And I'm not even there in like the peak of the weed season. The ticks were good. That I did find some ticks on me, and thankfully with tick spray it was no problem. But these cars are completely buried right now. It blew my mind to see the difference between what I had seen in both previous trips out there. I'd been there in March of 2021 for like 20 minutes, and then I was there in 2023, and I had an entire afternoon to spend out there. Still ran out of time because you could see how massive this place is. It did it. I still haven't even done the later cars. He has a section of later 71 cars, like he has a 71 Roadrunner, 71 Chargers, and that stuff. He has some old race cars. This will give you an idea of how much growth there is. This is in March of 2021. Shows that the grass is dead. You can see cars clearly. And then January 2023, even better with, all the growth really being tampered down by winter. You can clearly make out everything that's there. And then you come upon June of 2026, and wow, here we go. These are cars that are in the video and you just saw, and you can't even make them out. That's how tall the grass is and the weeds, and I think it's wheat. So it just goes to show that there are proper times to go see these cars or cars like it, and that's in the winter for the most part. Hey, automotive adventurers! I hope you enjoyed that little peek inside my friend's farmyard. And it was legitimately a wheat field or something like that before this. You can see the scrub brush that is there now is not exactly great, but at least it still exists, which I am happy about. So yeah, I think there's going to be two more videos because I have a special one about the 70 Cornet 70 Super B with the tilt front end. I got a really special part of the video because learned a lot more history on that, which is pretty neat. But this week has been a week. I'll start with the good things. I went to the McCacken show at the Gilmore Car Museum, or the RPM, the Real Performance. RPM, what was it? Real Performance. I don't remember right now. It's been a long few days. It was presented by McCacken, and I was there. I helped run the show in a part, and had a great time. I was there with friends, and my friend Scott was there. I got to spend time with him, which I'll get to in a little bit. Left there last night, got my favorite pizza outside of Lou Malnati's. Silver Beach Pizza in St. Joseph, Michigan has the best thin crust pizza. And I'll fight you on that one. Everyone I know who knows Silver Beach Pizza agrees. Then I came home. I was so exhausted, I was in bed by, I think, 8 o'clock. Woke up this morning and some stuff happened, which I'll get to. But today was the Fox Lake Mopar show. And after I worked around the issue that occurred, which I'm not being around, I just want to put it all together. Had a really nice time at the Fox Lake show until the blue car started leaking in the driver's side back tire. I must have picked up a nail or something, and it's a real slow leak. So I got home, and I'll probably pull the tire today and see if I can find the nail and patch it real quick. So that was the last 2 days. Over the week, I worked on the green car. The green car I actually drove. Not like long distance. I drove it around the block, but the front brakes work. Still got the weird pedal, and everyone who I talked to recommended that I do replace the rear rubber line, the line that goes from the hard line to the rear axle assembly. And then while I'm at it, I'm also going to do the wheel cylinders, just to make sure that everything that can be replaced easily is replaced. I'm kind of regretting not buying a drum brake kit, but we'll see how it goes. So I will post the video of that thing driving right now. Okay, that was not pretty good, I thought. Wow, actually it looks pretty good. So yeah, it stops. Okay. I still have the issue where I've lost turn signals. I think it's a grounding issue. Also, I have no, what do we call it? I have no gas gauge. Yeah, I have no gas gauge. So I got to figure that one out. Probably also a grounding issue. But that will be a problem for future Ryan, because this week it's supposed to be in the 90s and hundreds here in Chicago, right before the 4th of July. And then I'm going to be gone for the 4th of July in Wisconsin. So if you know of anything cool, I'm based out of like Janesville, Wisconsin, but I'm willing to go for a drive. So if you know of anything cool, let me know. I plan on stopping by my friend Todd's place with all the Chevys. That'll be a fun one. And yeah, cool stuff. So this week was good up until Friday. And then now this is going to be the sad part of the video. Unfortunately, my great cousin, Marlene, she passed away while I was on Power Tour, and they had her celebration of life, let's call it, on Friday. I think she was in her 80s. I'm going to put all the info at the end. And then it was the anniversary of my friend, my good friend Kimmy from Detroit. Her mother passed away 8 years ago Saturday, and she was a wonderful, wonderful woman. And then, so I saw my friend Scott at the Gilmore show. We got to spend some time together. And the last thing he texted me as we were all leaving was, thank you and safe travels. And then this morning I found out that he passed away in his sleep at the hotel after the show. And that was a real shocker because, we had plans to, see each other at the upcoming Belvedere Mopar show and then the Mo party, as we always do. So, he wasn't in the greatest of health, but yeah. So, ending in a downer. Yeah, that was a shocker to everyone because, like I said, we had all seen him and been around him, and it's been rough. All right. So, I'm going to let this roll out to the pictures of my friends and family. I hope everyone is happy and healthy. I will talk to you all soon. You guys stay safe. Carpe diem.